Hey guys, my name is Gentlescent. Welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I want to show you a fragrance from Tom Ford. Tom Ford Tabacco Vanille is one of the first fragrances from the private blend collection. This is very interesting, so we will take a deeper look on this fragrance, so stay tuned.
If you want me, I'll be there. When you need me, I'll be there.
So Tom Ford Tabacco Vanille and all the Tom Ford private blend fragrances are coming in these boxes, and you cannot open it on the top with Tom Ford. No, you make it like that and then the bottle sits in there. So beautiful bottle, a very beautiful bottle. You have the Tom Ford logo here on the top and Tabacco Vanille Eau de Parfum. This is a 50 ml bottle size. So very beautiful, but when you know one of them, you know them all. They are very similar, all in this packaging. The color can be different, but very beautiful. So atomizer is also very good on the private blend fragrances. And it's beautiful when you collect the private blend fragrances in your shelf. It looks very nice. So now we will talk about the scent profile. And I will spray Tabacco Vanille right here on my right arm. So that's enough. Okay, first you smell spices. And I smell cinnamon. And right away you can smell the vanilla too, but it's definitely deeper. So I can smell spices and I smell cinnamon and I smell Christmas vibes going on in the beginning. And it can be a little bit confusing when you first smell Tabacco Vanille. You think, oh, I will get tobacco and I would get vanilla. But the first thing what you get here is spices. So in the opening you get oriental vibes with spices. And it's very beautiful. It's not an oriental fragrance in my opinion, but it leans a little bit in this direction in the opening. When it dries down, you get more of the tobacco leaves. And it's not a very potent, strong tobacco. It's a sweet cherry tobacco and it's very soft, smooth with this vanilla together. And the spices, I get 10 to 15 minutes, then the spices are away and you get more of the tobacco, more of the vanilla. And I would recommend you to test this fragrance on the skin. It's different, definitely. It develops. This is a fragrance that develops over the wearing, over the time you wear this one. So first you have spices, then there's much more of the tobacco and the vanilla. Yeah, and I'm also getting a hint of tonka bean in the midst. And under the midst is this base of woods. And I also get cacao, vanilla, tobacco. This is pretty much the dry down. And so the main players are tobacco and vanilla. And you also have something like this dry fruit notes, cacao, the spices. Yeah, you get these spices and you get this cacao and you get, but it smooths this fragrance. And I do think when you are a fan of tobacco scents, you have to test this one definitely on your skin. But I also think when you are not a fan of tobacco fragrance, test it also on your skin, because it isn't a typical tobacco fragrance that we all know. But there is tobacco in here, but not in the opening. You cannot get the tobacco vibes in the opening. It is in the midst, it is in the dry down, and as it dries down on your skin, it gets to a very cozy, warm, beautiful dry down, and the dry-on is absolutely fantastic. So performance is absolutely fantastic in this fragrance. You get a great longevity on this one, about 9 to 10 hours, sillage about 5 to 6 hours. I do think when it comes to performance, this fragrance is fantastic, and it should be. And this is great. This is great. This is what you want from this fragrance. Yeah, and I do like certain fragrances from the private blend line of Tom Ford, and you know I love oud wood, but I really have to say the performance of this fragrance is better. So when to wear this fragrance? It's definitely perfect for autumn and winter time, but you can also wear this in the spring. On a colder spring day, I cannot recommend you this in the high summer heat. I do think it's not good for this time of the year, but maybe on a colder summer day or a summer evening, I do think you can pull this off, and it's fantastic. So already the spices are fading away. After 10 to 15 minutes, the spices are pretty much away. You get more of tobacco, more of vanilla, more of dry fruits, more of the tonka bean, and this beautiful blend of oriental fragrance, but not typical oriental. It has a oriental vibe going on, and it also leans a little bit to gourmand. I do not think that this fragrance is a total gourmand fragrance, but there is a gourmandish vibe going on, and there's also an oriental vibe going on. Yeah, and what is also beautiful about this scent, it is perfectly between masculine and feminine. It's unisex all the way. I do think a man can wear Tabacco Vanille and a woman can wear Tabacco Vanille. And yeah, I heard about many women that wear Tabacco Vanille as a fragrance. I do think more women than men wear Tabacco Vanille because of the sweetness, and as a tobacco scent, I do think it's absolutely gorgeous. Is it for everybody? I do not think so, because it has a little bit of a uniqueness going on. There are many dupes of this fragrance, like Creed Aventus, like Dior Sauvage. Like, this fragrance is Tabacco Vanille, very famous, and there are many fragrances with similar DNA to this one, but this was the first fragrance with this typical DNA Tabacco Vanilla. And there's much more going on in this scent, and I do think it's a beautiful scent to wear, and definitely one of my favorite scents from the private blend collection from Tom Ford. Next to oud wood, next to Noir de Noir, and tobacco oud is not one of my favorite scents, but you have to try all these private blend fragrances, and Tabacco Vanille, in my opinion, is definitely enjoyable and one of the best. Unisex, men wear this fragrance, women wear this fragrance. As I said, longevity is also great. You get a good sillage, but it's not a potent fragrance. It you have a scent bubble around you, but it's not very strong. So I have to say, all in all, I do like this scent, and I have a personal connection to this fragrance, and yeah, I'm reacting a little bit emotional, but I have to say I do love this scent, and I do have to say it is one of my signature scents in the autumn, in the winter time. The only downside with this fragrance and with many other fragrances from the private blend line is they are quite expensive, but I do think you get a good fragrance for your money. But it is absolutely clear you pay for the brand Tom Ford, so it is a very popular brand, and I got retail on this bottle, and this is good when you get this about 20-30% cheaper buy it in the spring and the summertime. Don't buy it in the wintertime. And you get retail on this. It's definitely good. Don't buy it in a Tom Ford store. It is a compliment getter. I do not think that anybody will say, oh, what is that? I don't think. When you overspray this fragrance, maybe, but I really have to say it's lovely. It's a very sweet tobacco with this vanilla, and it's very beautiful, and yeah, it's unique, but it's not a very new release from the house of Tom Ford. It's one of the first releases from the house, and it was the big time of Tom Ford in the year 2009. So thumbs up, I can recommend you this fragrance. So let me know what you think about Tom Ford's Tabacco Vanille. Like, subscribe, comment and share, and put the post notification bell on, and follow me on my Instagram page, Gentle Scent Official. Good day.
Gentle scent, gentle scent, gentle scent, gentle scent, gentle scent, gentle scent, gentle scent.